I don't know, were you able to sign the?
I have not been sworn in yet. I think Julie had sent me a couple messages
Yeah.
saying at some point this week I should come in. I didn't know if she was going to tell me when to come in or if it was just like come in.
What you meant was
Whenever.
sometime this week.
Whenever she's
Fine.
here, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
And she'll sometimes do
Yeah, Karen's
it. Every single
I was gonna say Karen does it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Karen.
No, Karen has to do
If
it.
you look at
Yeah,
the town clerk's hours.
yeah, so Karen needs to do one.
Okay.
Once in a while.
Yeah, Karen Burton's lady. you
I'll
do.
take care of that.
Yeah. Great. Or should I start with reviewing the minutes for next month's meeting? Which there was 4.
Except for the spelling on Gray's Inn, they look pretty good.
Which is no one's fault, just to prove that it's been spelled multiple ways.
Yes.
Multiple physically.
Yes.
Yes, it's displayed multiple. Yeah. Incorrect.
Unfortunately, there's only one release about whichever way. Great.
What year did you graduate?
From Cat 2010.
Oh, that's 4 years at UNH, or are you there long?
Yep.
Yeah.
Any particular interest in what you might want to do on the Conservation Commission?
Yeah, I mean, I know that you guys are involved in the, I don't know how much it's involved in the management, but I guess kind of the oversight and involvement to some extent with the Wild and Scenic River designation for, is it the Wildcat River? Yeah, yeah. So that's something I'd definitely be interested in. I was mentioning to Bill that I have a background in kind of watershed science, research, education. I did that for a few years right after graduating and before moving back here. So that's, I think, something that I would definitely be interested in. Otherwise, trails and recreation, I think, are something that everyone can agree are valuable in terms of getting people out and getting them to appreciate what we have here. So,
Come to the right place.
yeah.
You
absolutely.
also like the project that the Forest Service and Burke Phillips are working on in Missouri Brook. I don't know if you know about
I'm not, no.
Missouri Brook has 2 dams on it. And the town owns some land, Forest Service has some land, and then there's an old dump site outside of Graves Field. So there's a whole bunch, and then the water precinct has a backup line that goes to it that they actually get some hydropower off of. And none of that's actually running right now. So they're gonna I don't know what's the word for it. They're gonna fix the old bank, eliminate some of the runoffs, and redirect that, and then kind of remove one of the old dams, fix the other one. So kind of a neat project. That's one of the reasons I got on a bunch of years ago, because I didn't know that this was supposed to happen at some point. It's taking this long. And some of the materials were just dropped last year down at the base, just above Grace Field. So Burr was going to check this out last year, kind of give us a walk and show us exactly what it is, top flag.
Yep.
We just on short notice. But kind of an interesting.
Yeah, they haven't applied for anything yet.
Yeah, it's sort of interesting. Yeah, that's right.
They came in and like, okay, this is what we want to do. We're going to apply soon.
Oh, by the way, it's no material today.
Is that what's behind Red Fox? Is that what they brought all those big?
No. If you
What's-
Grace Fields, if you're going to go to Woodford Hill,
Oh, yeah.
and that landing,
Yes.
you can't see it now, but there's massive piles of different graded stone based upon it.
Right.
That's just to get them in so they can start the project.
They don't have any changes or amendments to it.
Other than the spelling of Gray's Inn. Yeah.
Which could be done.
No, for the record, we can do gray or gray. All right, anyone want a motion to approve them?
Motion.
Second. All in favor of approving them? Great.
Aye.
As they are, well, with which gray of your choice.
Right.
I actually don't have copies yet, but I don't have.
Wow.
It's the same one. Well, thanks for joining the commission.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
thanks to
Thanks for
Mark
having
and
me.
Mark for being on the commission for 3 and 5 years. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Um, And I haven't heard if we have a seventh member. Two people, another person, also a Jeff, who I know from the observatory. I know had shown interest, and I directed him to the town office, but I don't know.
No, that's
I don't know if Ben did.
Anyone wants to join in to be the seventh member of the Conservation Commission? We will see.
Who beat them up, Lynn?
And we're going to tomorrow. That's fantastic.
We were supposed to beat them up before.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be able to.
I do. I ran into a couple people who said, if you can't get anyone, we're interested, but, you know, if people are interested, I guess it'll be preferable than being dragged in.
Right.
Well, Ben had indicated his interest at one point, so,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
but he actually didn't show up for the thing that was gonna be doing stuff with it, so. Good brain fart.
So for Prospect Farm, I was just interested to see the Ellen game, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since she's the new director, right? Not the director now. It's been a while.
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty clear, but anything of note, I guess, of Prospect Farm and Ski Touring?
Through her,
Yeah.
she kind of just came in, 'cause I think she felt like she was supposed to be coming to these meetings.
Yeah.
Like, oh gosh, I'm supposed to go to these, I'm missing something. And kind of filled her in that it's more like if there was a good situation, we would address her. We'd give her a heads up, but it's nice that she did come.
Yeah.
We talked, but it was very loose. I mean, for the most part, it was a non-meeting for probably the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Something that I think we've talked about that would be cool with them in the long term is more trails up there. And I don't know how high it is on the Ski Touring's list of things, but basically connecting the kind of the flags into loops, you know, some of which is on town property, some of which is national forest, and some of it is that private chunk.
mhm.
And I know over the years we've been like, yeah, we did that, but we're not necessarily going to pour enough town money to do it, or, you
We'll go
know,
do it ourselves and.
yeah.
Like trying to connect like the UST to the Quail Trail, or trying to connect,
Yeah.
yeah, like that sort of thing.
Yeah, or like, you could take like Hall's Ledge down to all that
To
also.
QSD and then QSD down to.
And there are skid roads on town land from the logging that could do the same thing entirely on town land, both recent ones and older ones.
Yeah.
You can kind of piece together different.
The real issue we have on the ski touring forest pump, that's my other link, is that the issue we have around some of those things is that the connections require that we get some sign offs from the landowners that are in between, and then we don't have those. And the other is that for the National Forest Service, we're limited to the amount of trail
It's groomed.
we can groom.
Oh, interesting.
Animal.
And so if we add something, we need to subtract something.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not just debated in the special use permit, or is that like a long-term agreement? Like I would think whenever you apply for a special use permit, you could add or subtract, right?
Well, you sort of can, but I think the base number's already been set.
Oh,
You know,
It could possibly be reset.
Right.
but it now require to trigger like environmental impact studies.
And that would also trigger them requiring us to spend more money with them.
Yeah.
right, but that's for a groom trail in the winter, which is not maybe what, I might just shoot it down and say, okay, so we just need to say snowshoeable.
Backcountry
Yeah.
trail.
Yeah.
But, you know, like the Keene,
Mhm.
right, the Keene is the newest,
Yep.
like, to make that, for that pass, I remember when they did the study, and it was for like lynx and snowshoe hare and all those animals who lose the benefit of being able to travel on snow, and then
Yeah.
you bisect that with the road, and now the coyotes are just ripping up and down the
Yeah.
fox, so I think that's,
Changing the species composition.
yeah, so there, I don't know if that's, if Prospect is at the point where they're like, for another trail, that study has to be done, but I know when they did that out there, because that was the Whippoorwill, and then the Keene, and then the Prospect, and then the Maple, the Popple connection, that's 3 new segments, and there's
But if you wanted to have a conversation about that, the guy to invite to one of our meetings would be Ken Kimball. He's the Trails Committee Chair, and he knows more about this stuff than any 20 people you know.
Yes. So we did it professionally.
Yeah, it was-
Years.
he's the man.
The other thing about Prospect is, I didn't see it, I guess I said I should see this, but someone told me that they went up to Hall's Ledge Trail last weekend, and the sign that, when you get to the top, and you need to go right to Beth Hendricks or Hub's Loop, whatever the top part is, the sign that's on that tree on the left wasn't there anymore. That's what someone told me. I was up there 2 weeks ago, and the sign was there, the arrow and the sign was there.
The ski
This is not under.
No, ski touring one,
the one we put
the
up.
one we put up. We had like a wooden arrow, I think.
Yeah, from Hall's Ledge.
That was, yeah, to Hall's Ledge, that's right, you know, like right before you take a left to get to the big.
Is it just not there, or you can't see it?
I don't know, I saw it 2 weeks ago when I was up there, but then I ran into someone that said, oh, I got up there and I noticed that sign wasn't there anymore, so. Maybe something just to think about next time you're up there.
Yeah, look. I didn't know if we had a town one up there, because I thought the ski touring one was adequate.
There,
No, there's a town.
there was a wooden
Wooden arrow.
that was like, you come up and it's like on the left right of the corner.
Yeah.
And that was just, no, I think that's all it was an arrow.
Huh, I didn't think we had one there. I could be totally wrong, because there's, the ski touring ones are now straight on the tree on the far side.
Yeah,
And
and
they
then,
used to have
Yeah.
multiple trees, but they consolidated onto a post.
And I picked up the plastic one that was broken in half. I was up there a couple of years ago.
I'll check it out and,
That's when snow melts.
yeah, see if we have any one made.
It's just a wooden thing in there.
I'm pretty sure that's all it was.
Brian's like, I can make that.
I sure was on that side. Wow,
Yeah. As I said, the last round we had, the guy who makes the signs for the AMC volunteered, and he made a bunch of them with the sign machine, but.
Oh, yeah?
There you go, nice round, I did a piece of wood.
Yeah, I can grab the wood.
And I don't, well, I guess this would be the point too, to kind of think about the rest of the year, if, you know, what big things we look at for each place in Prospect Farm. I feel like we don't really have anything besides going up to the knobby in the spring, that we burn in the fall at the stump dump.
Plan on running again.
Plan again, I'm thinking of burning again, or if there's anything else we want
I
to.
think we should walk off. I think we should just try to map out a couple loops that we think would be nothing more than just do a little bit of flagging and pass the least resistance.
And I'd also like to have somebody besides me check that area that's right near the Wildcat Brook there.
Okay, yeah, for, no, yeah.
Oh, I thought I saw more of that crap there.
Not we?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was new stuff.
But also,
Yeah, on the, what's that trail?
Marshburn.
You just think about Tiger.
On the right hand side?
Yeah, on the right-hand side, right near the first,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know if you can park on Valentine, that parking area in the summer? You
Yeah.
can, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I believe you're not supposed to advertise it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the public is allowed.
sure, my sure he doesn't want people camping there. You know, he doesn't want it to be like, oh, this is a parking area.
Yeah.
but isn't it why we?
It's private.
The parking got expanded at, you know, past the, what is it, the cabin?
The Forest Service. Yeah, well, that was because the Forest Service made a deal that they were gonna do it, and they just never did.
And then they
I think we
finally,
finally called them out on it, and they did.
Yeah.
But that was supposed to be done way before Valentine ever happened.
Yeah, the question you were asking about the other parking area, the one that ski touring folks?
Yeah.
That's private.
Well, no, I know it's private land, and I know that it's built for use by ski touring, but I've heard different things in town as to whether in the summertime.
No, it's not, it's not permitted at this moment. It's a winter use only by declaration, and they have not offered that additional permission.
So how do you clarify?
Not
That's
that they go check it or
Right.
somebody parks
Maybe
here,
that
but
was you.
they wish to maintain their legal right to
Right.
not having park there during the summer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe one of our summer meetings, we just go walk around.
Yeah, we used to go up there a fair amount.
Cheer- If we only had a good chair, it would
Because the school used
schedule
to
it.
use that area quite a bit. like,
July, here we go.
While they were in Markover and the elementary
It was
school.
when Dexter was there, he used to
Yeah.
take kids up there a lot.
That was like his stamping ground, so we did a little bit more up there. But I think it just need, like you said, a nice small loop, just like, it'd be cool if we put in a loop that was close to where you park, and just, you know, just have a nice nature loop instead of.
The other long-term issue would be, not issue, deciding whether we want to log up there ever again or update and have the forester go back and look at the logging plan and like look at the cuts and all of that. And we have been talking about morphing the logging plan into a greater, basically use plan.
Did we ever get anything back from Ms. Johnson or with, he was gonna update?
Yeah, I was kind of going for my, things.
Because I mean, he got here, didn't he, and we talked to him and he said, yeah, he'd update it and.
Correct.
That was the plan, right?
That was
Yeah,
the plan.
like last late spring, you know, we
Yeah.
never heard back.
I haven't seen them in a while.
All right. Jackson Falls. Looks like we should have ordered seeds, huh? I guess is the gist of it. I guess I can give you, I don't know, we might know about a lot of things. I think these three properties we kind of manage. Jackson Falls, we've been working on the most, specifically trying to stabilize the banks and get people onto something that won't erode. And we've been doing a lot of planting and wood chip spreading, I guess, are the two things, but we do have kind of a management plan there to restore it to a better, more
Which-
stable.
Try to close off the
Yeah.
secondary paths.
Hmm.
sort of thing.
Did the studies we had, the folks we engaged last year, we had reports, are those reports available online?
I don't believe they're on the town website, but I don't know. I think we all have them electronically, and we can share as we see fit, but we could, I could ask the leagues to put on the,
Did you?
yes, get them on and share them with you. We basically had last fall we had a hydrologist and a wetland scientist come back, and the wetland scientist had done basically the original restoration plan after Irene, back in the early, whenever that was.
2011.
Yeah, and then there was an update in the maybe 14, 15 range, and then there was a final update last year as to recommendations. Which would lead to any work we do this summer, which looks like you guys talked about last month. All right,
Yeah,
so we want dogwood and blueberry. Okay,
I'm sorry.
so we want dogwood and blueberries kind of in June?
Oh, you mean for the, oh.
Yes.
For
Yeah,
ordering.
I think we're past the date for ordering for the state. I think you can do it by the end of March.
Okay, I can
So-
check.
I'm sorry.
I can try to check and see, because sometimes they have, they'll allow you to keep ordering.
Cool, but they've got stock. Yeah.
If they've got stock.
Yeah, they have a deadline and a deadline.
Right, oh, stock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
so,
can't have it delivered,
right,
is the other piece of it, so we normally pick them up anyway.
yeah. But for Jackson Falls, the wintergreen and global blueberry stuff, you
Yeah.
get that from another place in Maine that
Okay.
Greg Howard told us about. So that I figured was like $650 for a pallet. That would be a good work session.
Great.
If you guys think about it, there's that big entranceway at the falls where you come down, there's a big tree, and it's just barren. It's just like, you know, nothing grows there, nothing.
There's that section where we had the hydrologist looking, and he said to try to get some low growth from there under the hummocks.
That would be another place to put some of that
Okay,
stuff.
but
But
it's a
this
different
is,
spot.
this is just like the
you mean the
main
big
place.
swath, like
Yeah,
straight
it's just-
down, and
it's just
then,
bare. There's a
yeah, we
picnic
tried to do
table.
the island.
Yeah, there's a picnic table to the right,
Grass.
and straight ahead, it's just, it's up above all the water erosion
Yeah.
stuff, but,
It's like where, it was like,
Like at the main parking area?
kind of,
well, no, further up. So it's kind of like where the handicap
Handicap.
is.
Okay.
So you walk straight down.
The
to
otherwise
tree.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's absolutely nothing growing
Yeah.
in that area. I don't know if it would work or
circle,
not,
trying to think of,
Sure.
but it would certainly, you know, help with any erosion. It would certainly look better. Right now, it just looks really barren.
Do you know any of the details of like how, like if we were to order it, they did,
They deliver it.
okay, and how long do we have to like put it in
And
place?
I can find out.
we definitely have to provide soil for it.
Yes. And then
It
you
can't
have
grow in
in whatever that stuff is that's there.
acidic dust.
I know.
Oh, the wintergreen as well, wintergreen as well, acidic soils.
As
Start
it's
with
blueberry.
blueberries.
Yeah, so you want like kind of sandy, coarse, and acidic, but
It's really weird, it's very compacted. It's-
Yeah.
It has, I asked my brother-in-law, he's a geologist, and he said it has iron in it because that's what makes it turn orangey, kind of.
I mean, it's sure runoff on the road and just exposed subsoil from compaction.
There's been a lot of runoff from the road there.
If that's a
No,
space,
I mean,
if that's a spot where there are a couple of those good white pines, then that is a good spot for a planter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're big-
there's white
big
pine,
pine,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the picnic table's to the right of it, a little
Okay.
down below, the one that's in the middle.
Right.
So you want me to find out more about that?
Yeah, and I would even say we can make a motion to order it if we all agree to spend essentially the 650 plus whatever the soil would be.
Yeah.
That sounds good, and then I can find out about dogwoods. Because I think the last, I'd have to check, I think we've been spending 100 to 200 on plants last year, so I could just get a smaller amount of dogwoods. And go mostly for blueberries.
Sounds
For background, we have a $2,000 budget,
Mhm.
and then beyond that, this change of whatever. Use tax in town comes to part of it, comes to Conservation Commission.
And anything we don't spend, the chair has a party at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not true.
I wish we could do that. We should try that one. We should have the Prospect Farm running race in the fall with the big like bobbing for apples booth.
That would be fun. You know, they don't do the covered bridge tank anymore.
No.
You're the
And they
prospect farm.
They didn't have the Randolph Ramble.
And
They didn't do the Randolph Ramble, did you?
They did not.
Oh.
And so the chairman said no.
Is Jeremy Idle that was running it?
Essentially.
Was it just call in the end? I didn't know he just got so frustrated with other stuff.
I think it was maybe under the umbrella of whatever, but essentially he and Megan, his wife, were the two that did all the
Yeah.
work. And they kind of had a little company that basically got asked by COAS likely or whomever to do all the timing and
Yeah.
everything. And
Moose.
At the ski touring meeting last week, we talked about trying to reintroduce the road race.
the 5K.
Yeah.
That was,
10K.
Is it?
I don't know what it is. Whatever it is.
that'd be fun. Great, all right. So we're gonna party.
It's just a road race. 5K or 10K, yeah.
Do you want to vote on that? So you can feel free to order if you want to. And
So make a motion to give her up to 600 for how much is that? I don't
It's
remember.
like 650, but I
That's
think
even-
for
Make a motion up to
Didn't
650.
you do just right?
I second that.
Yes, oh yes, I'm sorry, yes, I'm making a motion to approve plan to spend up to 650 for, what am I, blueberries and wintergreen through the state of Maine.
I second.
some places, it's,
Through someplace in Maine.
yeah.
Any discussion?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great.
So how do you pay for that?
I would, as you communicate with whom you're buying,
Yeah,
also talk to either.
the Jays.
Yeah, and you could tell them, they'll ask out of which fund the money should come, in this case. Like, we normally take it out of operating the $2,000 first, and once that's spent, that's normally different for the other money.
Okay, so operating first.
Yeah. And out of the 2,000 normally, theoretically 1,600 is for mowing at Prospect Farm.
Mhm.
Well, the last couple of years, it's come out of the highways budget instead of Conservation Commission. So we have to- normally, we basically had $400 for us to be a member of the New Hampshire Association, and a little extra in the mowing. And now that,
Then we couldn't do anything else, right?
and now that the mowing, it comes out of a different budget. Although we agreed to pay for it, if that budget is tight, then at the end of the year, we have a little more money.
Mhm.
We functionally try to use the 2,000 as ongoing issues and then dip into the other money for essentially capital improvements.
Gotcha.
to anything.
Do we also want to try and do wood chips or something for the paths?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it just always makes sense to have.
Because we don't have that
No, I haven't done it since the washout.
Yeah.
Big watch, which is only gonna come every
Yeah,
year.
well, hopefully you'll have it every year, but, yeah, we bad.
But if you find out what, like, if there's a timeline to ordering the blueberries when they arrive, we should plan, I would say we should plan our work session around that, and then maybe you could piggyback the wood chips on top of that at the same time, kind of that one day.
Should we plan for a May work session anyway?
Yeah, essentially, that sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, that's next month.
You have to snow for those, right?
It's going.
It's going quickly.
It's going quick.
And I'll finally see the water in the falls when you drive by, not just the snow and ice.
Yeah, just, you go into the mountains, it's gonna be there for a while.
I can almost see out of my downstairs windows.
Wait, anything else for Jackson Falls?
Probably try and do some whips for the bank, dogwood whips. I don't know if anybody else has dogwood in their yard, but they can just You just cut off some of the whips, you bring them down, you make a hole in the bank.
Oh,
stick
you're
it
talking
in.
just cutting off of our own.
Yeah, yeah, so we could do that for the work session today. Because that does work. Last year, I tried it last year and it worked, but it was so dry
Yeah, it's-
that some of them didn't survive, but if you have a regular, wet, dry season, they would be fine. So it's kind of cool.
Did we ever, I know we talked about it 2 months ago, and maybe we just decided that we would just address it in another management plan. Did we ever decide about access in the waterfalls? I remember talking about it, but I don't remember if we ever.
We typically,
Remember we talked about, because there's a path that we sometimes maintained,
there needs
and
to be a bridge.
there used to be a bridge there. And I know 2 months ago we were talking about, or 3 months ago we were talking about, like, well, do we continue to maintain it, do we just let it go? And I just can't remember if we ever came to a decision.
We didn't come to a decision that I remember, but that wasn't there.
I would say we agreed to maintain it, but I don't know. I know, the one where there's an quick sign, put it back up, the public way sign, in case
Oh, okay.
they found it.
The thumb, with the hand.
That on the
Yeah.
fence, yeah.
Yeah, I remember talking about that.
Yeah, so I think that, yeah.
But we weren't gonna put the bridge.
We weren't gonna put the bridge,
Right.
but kind of the standard, maybe just clipping on the far side.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Essentially up to the old pools.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just don't wanna advertise it or make it any more like, hey,
Yeah.
check this out.
Okay. I just couldn't remember.
Because
Yeah.
the prickers will,
Just
they'll
start
reach
to
out
separate.
big time, and then it is a pain to try to even use it.
That's all the black locust that's in there. Those are the things that come up with the big thorns on them. It's kind of cool, but
Yeah, but they're nice.
they're really thorny.
Yeah.
Maybe that
But
could
they're
be.
nitrogen fixers.
Didn't know that about that.
It's a lagoon.
So maybe that could be an June work session, if we don't have time for the main one, for the lower falls, so bigger.
Yeah, it's,
It's
doesn't
been
take.
probably 5, 4.
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think I swam there quite a bit last year, but,
Yeah.
no,
Mhm.
I remember it being terrible.
Let me get another one.
Yeah.
All right, on to Gray's Inn. And it looks like we're hoping that ski touring builds a bridge, is that what I'm seeing, out of the past months?
Well, remember
The first one?
that first bridge on the right, technically they didn't do it right. She just asked if there's anything she should be aware of. And I was like, well,
Yeah, it's
Yes.
relatively new, isn't it? It's
yeah,
not on
they
the-
cheated when they did it. It's not on either bank as far as it's supposed to be. So it was just more like, well, because she mentioned that they were gonna try to maintain village trails in the future as like part of their new, redo the village trails. You know, to try to get people on them. So when she mentioned that, I was like, well, technically,
But yeah, there's some,
Bridge.
there are some cool trails, and then part of the issue for them is if the grooming is difficult to do unless the bridge is properly in place. So they also, we purchased some new equipment, so they can do some of the projects in the summer months, little projects, if you will, that they weren't able to do previously,
so that's how that came up. Just like, well, if you're gonna be maintaining, just, you know, that bridge, this red flag, like that, put in.
I still don't know what they're gonna actually address for the summer this year.
Oh, do you know what, I'm kind of just talking, sir, do you know why they took the bridge out of Woodchuck Fields? Like, they took it all the way out. Like, don't they normally just shove it in the woods? And then brought it like all the way to the parking lot? Do you guys
I
know?
must have been afraid it was just gonna wash out and be gone.
Well, so normally they take it out when it gets warm, but they just kind of shove it,
Right.
like in Alice's Alley, just kind of shove it in the woods.
Yep.
And they like took it, like it's like all the way to the parking lot of Woodchuck.
It must, maybe it's.
I didn't know if you know, I was curious, I was curious.
I know it's looked poor in the summer, I never remembered what you mean. I haven't seen it be moved, but I've seen it be stashed there, it's been kind of, like, oh, it's a bridge.
Yeah, bridge in the woods. Alright,
Just in case you need one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And if we did that with our bridge over at the falls, we'd still have it. That can't get wiped out in the summertime, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so once the snow melts, we individually try to walk our trail back there and see if there's anything like
I just did it, there's nothing on it right now.
Great.
Are all the signs still
I didn't look at it.
And I didn't want to know if they were still there, but it's been so
I
long.
was never through there. I didn't even. Nothing but jumps out of my bike.
Oh, wow.
Couple loops today.
Skiing and
Bicycle.
bicycle. Oh,
I was on that bike.
I'm sorry.
I was on my fat bike on
Okay.
snowshoe trails.
That's right.
I'm like this thing.
Good thing it's a
I
town.
park it right outside my house. Everybody can see it. Yeah, that was me.
Alright. Easements, I can get the letter really to go out or ask the town office to do that. So we can start a new one.
And what was the
Conservation easements.
issue with the email that went out that you guys didn't see the email? Wasn't there a Tony email?
There was, well, the Tilneys bought a new property and were inquired, if it's what you're talking about, inquiring about whether the town would be interested in holding a conservation easement on the new property as well. And I responded, kind of like we have recently, that we think Upper Saco Valley Land Trust is the best local thing to be doing, like hold an easements with the town would be willing to, because they already have one. And then, so that was,
I didn't see it.
You didn't get that?
It was a forwarded thing, I saw it, yeah.
I didn't see that one.
So the town office replied to them, like, hey, the Conservation Commission says, these are the avenues, basically, and she wrote back that she's putting it on the current use, and is not considering the conservation easement.
Is it just the thing across the street?
It's across the street.
Is that with the little pond?
Yeah,
And the-
They bought,
Oh, is it today?
yeah,
That's curious about
I
that.
forget his name. Such an age.
yeah. So the little house in the
They bought
porch.
the
That won't
fishing
be
pond.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Yep, so presumably the house is being pulled out from the rest of it, the rest of it's being put in current use.
Because I got presented it in a different way.
Must be nice to be able to something like that.
Yeah.
So it was a,
Well, that's good news then.
yeah, the land that we're talking about, so up on Carbon Lodge.
Yep.
The Tilney Farm is part of the fields they ski on, if you're cross-country skiing. They have a whole bunch of property in current use and conservation easement. They also, with the town, they also allow ski touring folks to use the property if there's enough snow. If there's not enough, they don't want you to use it because it affects the ability of the land to behave. And the property that we're talking about is, the folks who used to own it moved. They would stock it with fish for fly casting.
Yep. Is that at the
It's right up from Partridge.
select board meeting on whatever day it was last week,
Thursday, probably. Right, Thursday.
That's Tuesday, yeah.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday?
That's Tuesday.
Yeah. They were talking about an event that North Country Anglers putting on at one of the ponds in town. Is that?
Oh, they do that at Jackson.
They do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
no, this is different. And the folks who were there, if you wanted to learn how to fly fish, they would actually, you go up there and say, knock on their door.
Oh, nice.
They'd be happy to have you use the pond. If you didn't know how to fly fish, they'd teach you,
That's awesome.
which is cool.
Yeah.
And there was about 40 acres attached to the house.
Wow.
He had 4 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, keeping that land as open space is really cool.
Yeah, so I guess, get back around conservation easement, the town owns, oh gosh, I want to say 7 conservation easements.
Yep.
I always get confused because a couple of them are owned by the same landowners, but they're physically different parcels,
Mm-hmm.
like the one that Brian monitors. And we have to do annual monitoring to make sure
Okay.
that so they held up. And 5, if I got the numbers correct, out of the 7, the site protection of the Hampshire forests is the, what's the phrase, man?
Mm.
So we have to inform them that we've done what we're supposed to.
Yep.
On an annual basis as well.
And so it sounds like maybe at this point, some of those or I guess future ones are being kind of, maybe they'll be managed by the Sauk Valley Land Trust
We have
or?
essentially said that, and
Yeah.
we're a volunteer board, and we're maybe not the best.
Sure.
Even though the town is willing to do that,
But
that.
the problem sometimes with the Upper Saco Valley interest and that sort of thing is that they expect a pretty big stewardship fee up front.
Yes.
And some owners get really annoyed with that because they figure they're giving the land and then they have to pay to give it over, you know,
Right,
so
right.
Yeah.
And
that
you-
discourages some people.
Yeah, even mention their name with a certain group of people in town, it's like instantaneous, like conversation over.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually, a lot of the towns, they add like the town office, Julie were like, hey, you know, what's the process if the town were to accept this conservation easement? And I was, you know, I haven't been around for, most of that was done in the 70s or 80s to apply to what we have.
Hmm.
So I assume that would have been town council and everything else, so there would be there's fees associated with it anyway, or whether it's us or Upper Saco.
But the town could decide that they just wanted to absorb it, and then if there's any legal issues,
Yeah.
because that's usually what the stewardship fee is about, is if there are any legal issues, they want to have a fund.
Sure.
But the town has funds, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And it really started with Hayes Farm, because that was a big piece, a big parcel. And there was a group that wanted only the town to get it, and then there was a landowner who could go either way, and they kind of created this little.
But that's something, you know, we can, I know on the town website, it still says the town is accepting conservation easements to be donated to the town. Maybe go to look at that language and change it or revisit it or talk about it as a board, whether, you know, we would want to basically say what I said, like there's two avenues where you can either go with the nonprofit or with the town, you know, and the nonprofit maybe gives you a little more expertise
Mhm.
than us as a
But you
volunteer
have to
board,
pay.
but, yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we have to be careful.
Right.
The old guard still around, it's amazing.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, though, if it encourages people to make the conservation easement
Oh, right, yeah.
happen, then that could be in the best interest of the town, if the property is appropriate. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something to be a little more proactive on identifying properties in which we would want ideally conservation
Yeah.
easements. I know, like, it was Upper Saco, right, that did
Yeah,
have their
we did that.
itemized list of the highest conservation.
In the town that we're from, in Connecticut, the Conservation Commission spent $40 million
Yeah.
on conservation.
That's your town, I don't want my town. Close, maybe not. Maybe Collinsville to dig in deep.
And seriously, it was the Conservation Commission spending that kind of,
Oh, yeah?
that kind of money, raising that kind of money in order to
Yeah, protect land.
protect land. Yeah.
Which is great.
It's
It's
awesome.
definitely something.
Wasn't
the town should-
Connecticut the wealthiest state in the union?
Well, they're close.
Yeah. It's heavily forested.
It is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's a good green state. Right, it's right, part I grew up in, I don't know about that. Eastern side of that, western side, that's pretty nice.
The last screen called the last dark valley on the eastern side. We're getting.
Are all you people, is everyone here from Connecticut? You're from Connecticut? Are you from Connecticut?
about that.
You're from Connecticut?
I am not.
You're not, I'm not from Connecticut. That's funny.
I forgot.
I'm
Where
from
are you
Texas.
from, Michigan?
I'm from South Texas.
South Texas, oh, jeez.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like country lane, Collinsville.
Everybody's from south of here, except for you. You're
Well, I wasn't born here. I was born in Arizona, so technically, yeah, I'm from the south too, but
There you go.
I've been here for a while. So.
You're,
That's,
yeah, so. That's how.
You've been here for a long time, though, right? Like forever.
well, not forever.
Well, you're.
My family, yeah,
Yeah.
they moved up, they had some title, one little chalets.
Mm.
And,
Alright, wetlands permits. I don't see anything new for this
No,
month.
I was gonna say.
No, I'm just going through the items. This actually is a good point, though. Mark was one of the 3 members of the, whatever, our standing wetlands.
It's a tough crew.
Outstanding in their field, yes.
Yes. Any interest? So I think it was Mark, Brian, and me.
Yeah, just used to be David. That's good.
Yeah.
Mike?
Anyone?
Sure.
Yeah, I would be interested. I mean, I think that would be a good spot for me, I would think. Obviously, in certain circumstances, if ATV for whatever reason were to submit a wetland permit, that would have to be something I'd have to set
And that's
up.
really just so we can try to respond more quickly.
Sure.
And really just go out and do the site visit.
Yep.
So usually it's the three of us who would try to make the site visit as soon as we can.
Yep.
And then either talk about it at the next meeting or if it's something that we can sign off and then in the meantime, we can just get either Brian or I can sign off on it at that point in time. Unless we see something funny, then we bring it to the full board meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of sped up the process.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
You live in town? You must live in town here, right?
Yep, I live up on Wildflower Lane off of Tin Mine.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
It's just
down the road from me.
So, yeah, that's what I was gonna say when you said Tyrol. I go running up
Maybe
there.
down the road from me, yeah. It's right down.
Wildflower, yeah, I was just on Matthew Way.
Oh, yeah, right before it, yeah.
Yeah, I think
You're a
it's
bird?
Gotcha.
Oh,
actually.
Very
Wildflower.
Yes.
That's the one when I come up the hill, I always think that's my road. and It's always,
Right, you're the next one out of it. Yeah, yeah.
Tell you within the
Two projects
Wildflowers on
right
the
there.
right, there's a,
it's on the left, just before it turns into what I think is just a driveway to another house, because you get to a point, I haven't been all the way out there, because it says,
so are
private
you renting?
only. Yes.
Yes, because
Yeah.
that house has got like a bottom floor and then.
Yep, and we're in the bottom floor, so,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you know Steve Wariski. He's in Mass most of the time. He's up here on the weekends working on the upstairs part of it, so. But he's been around the area or at least on the weekends for 30 years or something. Yeah.
Any, well, there's no public comment. Any business from anyone else? Things
well,
we haven't
no,
covered?
but public is part
It's
of
true.
it.
There could be public comment.
Susan?
That this last time.
Oh, this is my last chance.
So last chance is the public comment. Yes.
Yeah, because, yeah.
Great.
I guess a step up to the table.
I'm gonna make a motion to end the meeting.
Any seconding?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
This is how
We didn't do